So hello everybody, how are you? It is Monday, so it is time for another Curbal video. And this time I'm going to talk about DAX Studio. This is one of the most requested videos I have. And the reason that I haven't done it yet is because I am not a DAX Studio frequent user. I use it sometimes, I'll tell you when I use it. And well, if I miss something that is important that you guys do in DAX Studio, please let us all know, okay? So guys, make sure you read the comments in case there is something that I should have said that I haven't, okay? So first of all, what is DAX Studio? So DAX Studio is a tool developed by independent DAX professionals. Among others is, the SQL BI guys, you know them. If you search DAX Studio, this is the first hit you'll get. And here we have DAX Studio, the ultimate client tool for working with DAX queries. This is their official page. If you go in there, it will take you here. And here you have documentation, you have the download files, you can, request features or let them know about issues, the works. So this is a good page to bookmark. Okay, so what can you do with DAX Studio? You can document your Power BI or Excel models. Okay, and I do have a video on that. You have here, this is how to document Power BI model using DAX Studio, and this is how to document your Excel Power Pivot model using DAX Studio. So I'm going to link down below so you can see how that is done. Another thing that is possible to do now is to connect with Power BI service models. So before it was, I think, analysis services, Excel and Power BI. Now Power BI desktop, now you can connect to Power BI service. You need though a premium license. So either of the three premium licenses that we talked about last week's video, I will link down below, will work. But here's how you connect to a model on the cloud. Okay, so we have some things covered, thank God. I'm not like... So you can connect to models, you can document your models. Other things that you can do, and this is what I use it most for DAX Studio, which is, you're going to kill me, it is to export data. Okay, so more often than not, I need to extract data out of Power BI. One of the typical cases is that I'm working with a customer, we're doing, like supporting on DAX. And it's not an idea that they give me the credentials of everything, so I just download the data, do the work, and then they move it to their file. So that is very, 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 very useful. And I will do a video on that separate, so you can find it. Okay. So you can export your data from the models in either Excel or SQL. Another thing that you can do is test the performance of your DAX measures. Okay. So I will show you how it is done very, very quickly. It really needs a deep down video. You know that on the April announcement roadmap for Power BI, the Power BI team announced that they're going to do that in Power BI desktop. So I think it's going to be a great, great feature, and it is probably will do it when that comes, okay? And another thing that DAX Studio is used for is just create DAX measures, and especially to see, if you need a middle table to create a more complex calculation, you can do that. I do that in Power BI. I don't use DAX Studio for that. So I create a table in Power BI, and then I see, okay, how does this table look? And then I build a measure on top of that. Why? It's just convenient. There's absolutely nothing wrong with DAX Studio. I just think it's convenient to be able to do it in Power BI desktop, that I don't need an external tool for that. So that's why. Okay, so with those things in mind, how about we open DAX Studio and we see what's going on in there, okay? So perhaps I should close that one. And we start from zero, DAX Studio. So open it up, and the first thing it will do is it will ask you to connect. And it says, okay, which data source do you want? the last one is already selected, so we can talk about that. This is to connect to, I think, analysis services, and now Power BI service. If you have a model in powerbi.com, you can connect using this. Again, needs premium license, okay? Remember that. I heard that it's coming to Pro, or it was not that. I don't know. Premium. Okay, so the first one is connect to Excel. I don't have an Excel file open, so it is not activated. Otherwise, if you have an Excel file open, it will find it. I do have a Power BI file open, so when I click on here, you see Northwind. Okay, so click connect, and it will connect to your model. If you say, oh no, that was not the one I wanted, you go in here to connect again, and then you can change. You can change to connect to something else instead, or yeah, whatever. So just good to know. You can actually change it. You don't need to close everything and start up again, which is good. Okay, so here you have traces. It says all query plan and server timings. This is for testing the performance of your DAX measures. We will do an example so you see how it works, but it needs a separate video, obviously. Here is how to format your DAX. For example, I know that there are DAX professionals that use DAX Studio to create their DAX measures. If you do that, you have the button Dax Formatter there, that it will format according to the Dax Formatter rules. So you can then copy paste into your Power Query model, the Power BI model or Power Pivot model, and then you're good to go. Then you have here to run the DAX measures, to clear the cache. This is one of the outputs. There is another output, but it needs to have this on. And it is because it is in beta, I think. And those tools are here. And this is how you export data to Excel and SQL. I will definitely do a video on that separately, but now you know where it is in case you want to try it. Okay, so here we have all the tables that we have available in the model. Here is your DAX formula bar. Yeah. And here you see the results of whatever DAX query you are doing, or the performance calculations, or whatever. So now you know anything there is to know, anything I know about DAX Studio. Okay, so to create queries, you write evaluate, and then let's say that we want to see how the products table look. So it took products, there you have it. So you just write the query, click run, and it will return the table that we have in the Northwind dataset. As you can see, if you've been hanging around here for a while, you recognize this table, right? So here it gives you the number of rows. It gives you some information about what is in there. It says, okay, there is a year-to-date calculation, all kinds of stuff. Now, if you want to give it a go, just for fun, just to get started, and see how these tracing things work, what we're going to do, we're going to go to, this is the model that we have connected to DAX Studio, and let's speak, I don't know, year to date. Copy that. And to test this, you have to click on the buttons here to activate and to say, hey, I want to measure. And you might think that you just do evaluate and then you just copy the measure, click run, and that will work, but it won't. You will see here, this says query batch completed with errors, the syntax is incorrect. It says evaluate, you should put, it just doesn't recognize it. You shouldn't do it like that. They say, oh, you shouldn't have the name. It's still going to give you an error. Why? Because, you know, DAX Studio by default wants tables. Okay, so if you want to get a value return, you have to use the function row, and then you have to give it a name. So you create a table, right, to get the result. I'm just guessing that this is going to be comma. Let's see. And now it completed it. And here you have the survey timings and the query plan. So this is the formula engine. This is the story engine. I haven't talked about that. I need to do a video, but still, you know, it is here. I promise I'll do a video on that. I definitely want to do it. But this is how you will see how fast your calculation is. So 3 milliseconds for the formula engine and the 0 from the storage engine to do that calculation. Okay, so this is basically the quick recap, so you know. So things that you can do with DAX Studio: you can document your models, and I have 2 videos on that. I will link down below. You can connect to Excel, to analysis services, to Power BI desktop, and now to Power BI service too. And, you know, do things there. Do queries, test DAX measures to see how fast they are. You can obviously do like specific queries and extract that data if that is important to you. You can do that in Power BI desktop too. You can format your DAX measures. Yeah, this is what I know. Okay, so now it's back to you. What did I miss? I'm sure that you guys are doing a lot more than that. Yeah, of course, we have these ones. But as an introduction, I think that is a little bit too hardcore. I have a video on performance where I'm using this, I think, from DAX Studio. So I should probably link on that so you can see. I should do that. Let's do that. This one, it just shows the functions available in DAX. It looks like it. Never used it. So if you know what it is, let me know. So hopefully this is useful for you. I will do another video for how to extract data. I think it is very, very useful, and it extracts everything, and it is less complex than using R as I've showed you before. So I will definitely do a video on that, and I will do a video on performance, a new video on performance too, and the formula engine and the storage engine too. But as an introduction, I think this is enough to get you going, right? Okay, so it is all for today. Let me know what you use DAX Studio for. Let me know if I forgot something, said something wrong, and I'll see you again on Wednesday again with another video. So until then, take care and bye-bye.